let's talk about your process, because when somebody hears music lessons, they probably have they may have, I shouldn't say probably, they may have a negative connotation to that reference. So what is it about your instruction methodology that's maybe different than what most people probably grew up with?
If I was going to describe the way that I teach and the way that my teachers are teaching,
Mhm.
I would call it emotionally intelligent music instruction.
Okay.
We we the fact is that if the emotional centers in your brain, if your midbrain is activated, and
Mhm.
and that can happen for any reason. A kid walks in and they've had a really big fight with a friend. A person walks in and they are experiencing some sort of trauma. That part of the brain, if it's activated, the learning part of your brain, the words part of your brain, shuts down.
Mhm.
So what we do that's different is we say, okay, in order for you to learn well, you need to be able to be present with us in the room. Your emotions need to be taken care of. So frequently this is what happens. Somebody will come in for a first lesson.
Mhm.
Let's say it's a 7-year-old girl. 7-year-old girl walks in, she looks at me, I'm brand new. She's in a room she's never been in before. So there's already some fear and anticipation. She doesn't know me.
Mhm.
So I have a couple options. I could sit her on the bench and start talking to her about, this is a quarter note, these are the black keys, this is what they're called. Or I can say, hey, why don't you go ahead and just walk around this room? Why don't you just crawl under that piano, see what's under there, and give her
That's funny.
signals from my face? Yeah, well, I mean, she's got to, pretty soon, she's going to have to make a lot of mistakes in that room. She's going to need to be
Mhm.
really comfortable.
Mhm.
And so then I say, hey, how do you feel about sitting down on this bench? Maybe she does. Maybe she sits down on the bench. I ask her, hey, what did you do this week? That may sound like wasting time, but you know what we're doing is I'm telling her, I want to know where you're at.
Mhm.
I want to know where you're at now. I'm going to want to know where you're at in the middle of learning. So she
Mhm.
takes 30 seconds and tells me, well, my brother went in my room and I can't even, and my cat's really great. And I said, wow, I can't believe you've got a cat. I got a cat. Wow. And then I start telling her something, and it's transitioned from I care about her to I am still caring about you and I'm teaching you. I want to show you something really cool. Let me show you something really cool.
Mhm.
So, in the first situation where a kid comes in, they are feeling really have a lot of anxiety, they sit down on
Mhm.
the bench, they learn something from a woman they've never met, and then they leave, they're left with this feeling of that was scary and I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
Whereas the other kid who came in and is feeling like, hey, that's my room, that's my person.
Mhm.
She wants to know about I can't wait to tell her about my cat next week, and I'm going to go do this thing because that was so much fun. That's
I
a
just made a
different,
friend.
yeah, I just meant that's my buddy.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's a far better way to be, I think.
No,
Um,
that's a great realization, and I think that a whole bunch of people who just saw this thought, "Man, I wish I had a had a music teacher that